Hello everyone, for those of you who do not know me, my name is Jacob De Jesus, and after looking over the sites and as well as the different videos, um, the regions that are being expressed in the video are Micronesia and specifically the Marshall Islands. After reviewing the sites and the videos, I learned quite a lot about these regions. And to start out from the videos, in the first video I talked quite a lot about climate change and how the voyages coming to Hawaii from the Marshall Islands that the lady had presented, and how climate change threatens the entire world, and that we need to end carbon pollution, and that the only way to change this is to come together as one and overall try and come together to create and stop climate change, to honestly limit it to as much as possible. Also, what I learned while going through the videos first was that in the Marshall Islands, the U.S. had sent a bunch of nuclear bombs to do testing there, and specifically they had sent 66 bombs within a period of about 20 days, which is pretty crazy to think about. But however, the U.S. did not recognize what they were actually doing to the inhabitants of the Marshall Islands, specifically radioactive material and things like that, because of climate change and because of the weather shifting over to the islands and affecting these people that are there and their crops, and as well as health for themselves. So the nuclear bombs really devastated the Marshall Islands and overall did a lot of damage, and therefore the Marshall Islands are not huge fans, they were not very happy with the U.S. because of that. And things like, doing tests on goats and animals was something that the lady had talked about, and even doing tests on animals is really cruel, and so it's not something that we should be testing nuclear things on, or on animal cruelty, where somewhere like the Marshall Islands, where they accept animals as something that's very key and respective and highly regarded. So in addition to just learning about through the videos, after looking over the sites, I learned that a little bit more about the nuclear bombs, and how also how it affected the U.S., but as well as really just affected the Micronesians and the Marshall Islands, particularly. To go back to the Micronesians, in one of the videos they talked about how the Micronesians do not feel like they're almost welcomed in Hawaii, how they need to come together as one, and how most people view Micronesians as little violent people, and they don't really know where they come from. They don't know anything about the Micronesians. Most people know nothing about their culture, the traditions that they do, anything like that. And to stereotype them and label them as little tiny violent people, and as well as a bunch of other things, it's very hurtful and non-humane to do that. And so in order to really change this, I feel like kind of like a question that I had about questions about this region is, how can we as a community come together and learn more about the Pacific Islands and Micronesians, to be able to understand where other people come from and include them instead of excluding them. I think if we as a community can answer this question, then we will be headed in the right direction and start to slowly come together and fix this problem.